Merging with Superglue would be pretty fun. Superglue is a tower that I wanted to try making more merges with ever since I came to the realization that its aesthetic and color scheme was pretty cool. But remaining combos with it, they just suck. They all suck. We spun a wheel for tonight, and my random combo is Superglue and Poua. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Puakai. I guess it's kind of fun. It's gonna be my first ever Puakai merge. But like, man, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Puakai. I think it's pretty cool, but it's definitely my least favorite merging tower of the beast handlers. I don't really like the whole feather motif. Jeez, I could probably use this as a base because it looks kind of neat. Um, yeah. Okay. I mean, what do I do with this? I don't know if it has the orbs from that one AI generated merge. Ugh, yeah. It is kind of cool. It's fun to look at. Well, what can I do here? Just thinking. Do like this base. Mm, bring it in creative here so that I can add some visuals to my brainstorming. Something like maybe the staff can be like the valve. What is my oh wait, why is that not why is my pressure sensitivity not working? That's odd. There it is. Looks like the Huion driver wasn't loaded up. Okay, much better. Anyways, yeah, I was thinking maybe like the valve could be here, and I want to replace the feather with something. Uh, what am I going to replace the valve with? What does Super Glue have? It doesn't. Hi, yes. It doesn't have anything like that. Did I use one of the tier 2 portraits? I think that really does anything helpful. I don't like the tier 4 and tier 5 portraits since the body is all covered up. Yeah, like if I use one of those portraits, then I have to have some good idea with the cloak things, and I just don't. I don't know what I would do with that. So I think I have to use the tier 3 pose. I guess maybe it could just be like just a little glob of glue. I don't know if that I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's something. It's something. I don't know what else is going on here. Um, Jeez. I guess I'll probably have to put the mask on this time. I don't like covering up the monkey like that, but it just has to have more details, and that's a good strong detail. Even though I really don't like it, but I think I just have to do it. Mm, I guess I can keep this general shape and then just give it glue vibes, and I could have this little pink stripe in the middle. Um, Maybe I can make it like dripping glue out instead of feathers. That'd look pretty silly. Maybe I can make it. Maybe I can make it one of those like strap-looking things. That would probably look better. Maybe instead of a glove, it can be a glue gun. But if I do that, I think it would have to be like in place of the floating glue glob. Maybe I really want this to look like Poua and not just any beast handler. Maybe I would want to have the whole cloak dress thing, and I guess it could just be like a whole. I mean, that could work. In fact, that could work with like the tier 5 portrait. That might be kind of fun, actually. It's not a bad idea. So let's see, where are you? Okay. One thing is, I could use this portrait and then just have this just be all glue, and then just have it be this whole drawn thing with just just some gloppy glue. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. And then I could have the little strap thing be there. Have the mask there. Maybe have this all be covered up with the skin suit thing. Um, this could maybe look like the glue gun. Yeah, with like glue dripping out the other end. It was like a hose coming out. Yeah, I mean, maybe this could look like hose. Oh, this is super janky, but it's kind of functional. What would I do with the headdress? Another head valve? Maybe? Put like a valve over here. That wouldn't look too bad. What do I do with the headdress? I feel like the headdress is so important, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. What if I have like just a oops. If I just have like a thing here, and then it kind of looks like there's just kind of like one of those chocolate fountains, except it's just glue, and then it's getting like collected in the bottom here. Now this is trying to get pretty ambitious, a lot of drawn elements, but like I feel like I have to do something pretty out there to make this combo work. Yeah, I mean, I definitely can't just make it a bunch of recolors because yeah, I can't just I can't just recolor all these weird elements this tower has. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with this. So let's get my super glue assets. Do I want this? No. Maybe? Hmm. Maybe. Maybe. No. Maybe? No. Yeah, okay. Take this. It's deciding on what gun I wanted to use for that staff thing. With the valve. I think I want the Moab Glue Sparkles to replace the feathers. Gotta have something in the air there, and that'll work pretty nicely. It's the Moab Glue Visor. I don't know if I'm gonna use the tank, but I'll take it just in case. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna paste this in for reference. And Gallium, I must inform you that your set of superglue glue assets, these little globs, they are not tagged with Sglue. You only have superglues tagged, so if anybody searches up Sglue like I just did, they won't see them. Should probably add that as a tag. Okay. Is there anything else I need? I'll take this. Also just for reference, mostly just for color reference. I'll use these glue globs here. Here, and then we'll go here. Okay, I think I want another glue bit for, no, not one. No, not you. No, not you. There it is. Okay, what in the world happened with copying images on Discord? It used to be I would copy the image and then boom, it's just done. But now there's like sometimes a several second delay before it copies the image. What's the deal with that? Anyways, this so we have a color reference for the glue. And now I can, I don't know, fully draw this. Took a while to get set up. How long did I take to get set up? 14 minutes? Took 14 minutes to get set up? Okay, well, took a while to get set up, but I am ready. Timer starting now. Let's see what we can do here. I will start with the freaky old blue cloak. I'm sure this will be very comfortable to wear. Very comfortable indeed. We'll throw these in a group layer for better layer management. So we're basically going to be drawing every element of this asset on a different layer, every color of it, so that I don't have to dodge the parts I've already drawn while drawing. Okay, so then for the lines, this will be the top layer. The super glue art has the ridges here be a little more clearly defined as shapes. They look a little more like ridges and not like lines. But I will be skipping that part to save time. Gets the idea across just as well. Being more optimized. Now I can create a new layer under all of that and start the glue. Let it flow and seep. This is just going to be a giant pink blob. And then I'll have to detail it completely with shading. Seems like a good enough shape. Not sure exactly how I should trail behind, but I think that should work. Then I can magic wand it and begin shading, working with the curves I've already defined with the general shape. This isn't working great here. Get some shading under this bit. That'll be covering up the light. Lots of shading on the underside. It'll be curving under because this is very viscous liquid. Let's sharpen out these little bits here. And then in general, I want this to kind of look very layered. There are layers of goop running down this monkey. Layers of bubble gum. You can see that starting up at the top here. Something like that. I don't want it to be too detailed. So then it starts looking. Yeah, I don't want it to. I want to keep the shading details a bit sparse so that it looks big and goopy and not like there's a bunch of small little bits in it. Um, Looking at this over here, you can see like I kind of see the glue stretching. I'd love to get a little bit more of that look. I'm gonna like draw some more bits like this, kind of stretching behind. It's actually pretty hard to replicate with how this is being done right now. But I think just having a little bit like that. And then shading it out. Does kind of give the suggestion of that. Yeah, with my future glue art, I'm gonna aim to get a little more of that like stretchy bubblegum look. Some lighter shading there. I like that. Okay, now I'm going to select the entire group so I can start throwing on some highlights. 5 minutes have passed, so it's kind of a lot of time, but I also did a lot of work. Like, this is like half the image right here. Let's do a little more on the top so I can shade this belt looking thing. There we go. That looks nice enough, I think. Could be better, but could be a lot worse. Making it a lot better would take lots of tinkering that I do not want to do. Not for this combo. Not now, not ever. Let's perspective this so it looks a little bit more like it fits the shape of the face, but it's a bit hard to get it to really look like it fits the shape of the face because the shape of the face is curved and this is not. Yeah, these masks really work best when the monkey is like facing forward a lot. Can maybe make it look a little more curved by using this tool. This is kind of working. Yeah, but it's not really fooling anyone what's going on here. Oh well. Ah, geez, that does not look great. Ugh. Ah, man. It's like everything I do just makes it worse. Okay, well, shading it at the bottom isn't helping. It's a cool perspective you shouldn't really be able to see under the mask. We kind of stretch it out to match the eyes. That's about as good as it's gonna get. Should be frank. If I cover up the entire head with soot, then it'll be less obvious that it stinks. It'll be less obvious what the actual perspective of the head is going to be. So then the mask itself can suggest the perspective of the head. I don't need the mask to fit the perspective of the head if the mask is what's giving the perception of perspective in the first place. That makes sense. And this is all line down the center. Okay, and that's a pretty solid looking head, I think. Aside from missing highlights. It does bother me that there are highlights on both sides of the mask right now, so I'm gonna paint it out. So that doesn't take much time. Very nice. Okay, I think I'm gonna put all the head bits into a group layer to keep track of it. Then I think I'm actually gonna draw the headdress under the head because I like the shape of the face and I want to keep it intact. Ooh, I actually want to have the color of the Moab glue cannon for this. I'm gonna copy it and paste it in. Another reference. Being a hidden layer at the bottom of the group so that I always have something to add new layers on top of. And we can start the headdress with a very broad shape, erasing the edges to get it nice and sharp. Now this is the bit I want. I like that pink stripe. That'll also give the suggestion that it's kind of it's like collecting the glue that's going to be flowing into it. And with that little trick, I can get that indentation that looks so nice in the original. Still my magic wand. Okay. I'll selection this. I can mimic this shading real quick. Is this going to be my first 20-minute merge without a gradient map? I don't think there's any part of this that needs a gradient map so far. Ooh, the hand might. No, I don't think even the hand doesn't really need a gradient map. This might be it. Amazing. Okay, that looks pretty solid. Yep, I'm good with that. I'm gonna start a new group layer, keeping everything organized. And now I want my little fondue thing. Truly goofy. Truly goofy. Look at that. Might have a bit of it dripping out of the back. I think that'll look kind of fun. Emphasize the layers with some shading first and foremost. It's running down each layer. Oh, this kind of looks like the. This kind of looks like the. What's it called? The little bun of hair that Poua has. That's a nice little feature. It feels like a mix of the headdress and the little bun of hair. This works shockingly well with that in mind. Okay, now the highlights I can also suggest the kind of running down and the shrew highlights just go on the border. 13 minutes, oh man. Oh, this looks so dumb. This looks so dumb. Next up, just real quick, I want to throw the valve over there. Over and back. Try to keep this a little bit clear. It looks kind of fun. Save the sparkles for last because it was unimportant. Okay, next up, I want your hand. Gonna select the hand out bit by bit. I have to do this all with one selection. Just like that. And this is going to be like the only part that I'm not redrawing right now. Amazing. And since I'm just using a normal recolor instead of a gradient map, this merge isn't going to have any gradient map. How about that? They said I couldn't do a 20-year without a gradient map. They were wrong. And here's the next custom drawn asset for the night. So many in this merge. I have 5 minutes left. We'll see if I finish in time. Very well may not, because this is an ambitious idea. But it's the only idea. It's the only idea that works. Okay, I'll just start with that. This is very odd. Not sure exactly what's going on with the blue lens here. some of that shading in there. The little double lines that suggest curvature. I'm actually gonna just line tool this. That'll look better. Start with the one. Go out of the way. That works sufficiently. I can draw the glue shading in to match that. Oh, this actually has its own shading, like this. For the top, I can just do some regular highlights. And I think that gets the idea across fine. Of course, I do want some glue dripping out of this. 3 minutes left. I'm taking this as a flipping it around, putting it in the back, and oh yeah, that really looks like it's coming out of there. Although I don't like that it doesn't match the rest of the glue. I don't know why that is. But if I just lighten it up, should work quite nicely. Take the saturation down, make it less red, make it more red, less saturated, more white, but more saturated. Okay, close enough. It's close enough that nobody's going to look at it and say it looks weird. Put a little bit of shading in there to clearly make it distinct from the gun. A little more up here, so that a little more like it's dripping out. And that looks pretty good. Now I just need to do the hose and the outline, and then I think then we're just done. Unless I also want to get the sparkles in there. And okay, gotta rush on this bit because I only have a couple minutes left, and doing the outline takes a minute. I'll just rush through this hose, just getting the essentials in there. The vague suggestion of curvature. I'll get a little more shading in there, especially around the hand and the up. And then just some highlights. Very simple. Okay, I have about 1 minute left. I need an outline around this funky fella. And then hopefully I'll also have time to... What is this layer? Is this anything? Nope. It's empty. Come on. Put it all in a group. I still have the bottom layer. Gotta get rid of that. Oh, shoot, it's in a group layer. I'm gonna run out of time for the outline. Shoot. Okay. And up and normal. And get it about 9. Give it a dark brown. And that's time. Okay. Just sneak one little more thing in there. So maybe it's not like I'm dying, but just taking a step back and looking at the merge in full, this looks so ridiculous. This poor monkey just drenched in glue, yet all the sparkles, like, they are so proud of it. This monkey is proud to be in this situation. Oh my gosh. What is... Okay, I'll take a quick bit of time to clean it up. Yeah, okay, I don't think that's necessary. First of all, I forgot I forgot to finish up the hand here. Okay, this all needs to be inside the group layer so that it's under the outline. Okay, there's the hand. Gonna make the outline a bit thinner. It's a little too thick. Like a 7 pixel outline. Yeah, that's better. I like my outlines thick, but that's too much. That's off style. Get rid of that stray pixel. Stray pixels are way worse when they're outlined. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I took a step back to look at the full merge, and then I started laughing because it looked so ridiculous. And then I started coughing because I was laughing, and I still have a cough. Even though I stopped being sick weeks ago, I still have this residual cough that is so annoying. Okay, I'm also gonna fix up the pipe, just having that little hitch. So that looks pretty bad. Gosh, this merge looks ridiculous. But it is a functional super glue Poua merge. I don't know what else I was gonna do with this combo. I don't know what else anyone was gonna do with this combo. Now that's pretty ambitious idea that I successfully pulled off in 21 minutes. Kind of funny how many merges I'm able to finish in 21 minutes. Like it should not be this common for 1 minute to be all I need. Okay, thanks for watching. 37 minutes, jeez. I'm trying to make these videos a bit shorter so that you guys don't have to spend as much time watching everyone every day, but yeah. Doesn't always happen sometimes. Thanks for watching.